Welcome everyone to another video, and today we're going to take a look at my battles for the last rotation, which is the Ultra League Summer Cup. And we're using a triple water team with the buff Golisopod, which has access to Liquidation now. Before this, Golisopod was just pretty horrible with X-Scissor and Aerial Ace as his best moveset. However, we are going to use Liquidation in place of Aerial Ace. Of course, the downturn to this team on first glance will be electric types as well as Jellicent, because of course electric type is is taken super effective by all three Pokemons, and Jellicent is only really affected by Shadow Claw from Golisopod as well as Earthquake from Walrein. So without further ado, let's get into the videos. Let's take a look at the first game here, and we have our Golisopod going up against Charizard. Of course, with the wing attack being super effective against Golisopod, we say swap immediately into Walrein. Of course, we want to bait out things like the Swampert, because Tentacruel will not like Swampert in the end game, because it pretty much walls its fast move damage, and Swampert can hit super effective damage with an Earthquake. And here we are going to shield the first one here because of the potential Earthquake, because we do not want to get hit by it. However, as we can see here, they immediately throw after a few more mud shots, which means that we can just let go of this one, because we know that we can still survive one anyways. And then we are going to go all in with this Walrein to take down the Swampert and try to realign, because I'm having a read on this team that it most probably be the common team, which is a Golisopod. The common team of Charizard in the lead with Walrein and Swampert in the back, because this team is quite flexible. It can be in any of the three iterations with Walrein in the lead or Swampert in the lead. And here, as we can see, it is Walrein in the back, and Walrein will have a hard time against our Golisopod, which is why we are going to bring in our Golisopod against the Walrein with Tentacruel to deal with the Charizard, because as you can see here, Tentacruel with its moveset will do a lot of damage to the Charizard, as well as pretty much be able to tank their moves pretty convincingly, because Tentacruel in the Ultra League it's basically the Toxapex of Ultra League, right? If you think about it, because they both have the same typing and they both have relative bulk in those leagues. And as you can see here, they took our Golisopod quite low, and we're just going to throw another X-Scissor. Hopefully we're able to take them out here, and we do. And then we are going to immediately swap out into the Tentacruel against their Charizard, and as you can see here, they have no other choice than to top left, because we do have a shield advantage, and against a bulky Pokemon you do not want to have a shield disadvantage here and go against super effective moves. And we have a Verizian lead in the next game, which it's kind of so I would say for Golisopod, because we do not have Aerial Ace, and X-Scissor would do just neutral against this bulky grass fighting Pokemon, and we can't swap out into Walrein immediately. And we are just going to throw X-Scissors straight away. And the reason why I didn't throw immediately on X-Scissor the first time was because I was hoping that they would think that it's Aerial Ace and they would shield it. Unfortunately, they do not. And here they have a Galvantula safe swap, which is even worse for us, because Galvantula can hit for super effective damage, or they can debuff us. And here they decided to do the damage first before they debuff us. Unfortunately, because there is a risk for them to KO us with a discharge, we have to shield the second one, which is very unfortunate because it was just lunch at the end of the day. And then here they have a Tentacruel at the back. We are going to throw this Scald at the Tentacruel, hoping for a debuff. Unfortunately, we do not get it, and since they do have a sheer advantage here with their Virizion relatively healthy, I don't see the point of us continuing this match. In the third match, we have Golisopod against a Swampert. Another amazing matchup here. However, we do have to consider that Swampert does have Sludge Wave, which will do neutral to us, even though it won't one shot, but it will still do relatively a lot of damage. So we are going to shield the first one because I think they were already at a Sludge Wave, if my counts were correct. And then here we are going to throw another Liquidation to potentially take them out or take a shield from them. At the end, we do get the shield and we do have the defense drop, and we are just going to be able to let this one go through, because now our Shadow Claw will be able to do a lot more damage. And here X-Scissor will definitely seal the deal against the Swampert. And then let's see what's the next mon that they bring in, and it is a Charizard here, and we are going to throw the Liquidation against them to take their shield so that we are even shields, I think. Oh no, they are not shields already, so that means we come in with a safe swap into our Walrein to most probably draw out their own Walrein here. And as you can see, it is their own Walrein. It's a Shadow Walrein at that. That means we are able to throw this Earthquake, and they have to throw an Earthquake as well in return to take ours out. Of course, as you can see, they are going to farm up a lot of energy before throwing. That means they do have residual energy, and we can't bring in our Golisopod straight away because it is quite low, so we're going to use it as a third shield if needed. And we do bring in our Tentacruel in to take to potentially farm them down, and here we're going to shield straight away. And here is where we are going to take the game because they have Charizard coming in, and then we are just going to throw Skulls, hopefully get the debuff, and then take them out. And here, as you can see, they barely just survive our Skull, and we're just going to poison jab them down. There's no point of throwing the second Skull, it'll just waste some valuable time of ours. And then here we have a Pidgeot in the lead, another complicated lead for us because they resist Shadow Claw as well as X-Scissor, and we do bait out the Swampert as expected. And then we are going to throw the Icicle Spheres, hopefully to take them out. And here we're going to shield it again, the first one, because they usually throw Earthquake straight away, and they do, which means that we just wasted a lot of their energy. And even if they throw a second Earthquake, they will not be able to get to another Hydro Cannon to take us low, which is fine. That is what we needed anyways. And then here we are going to farm them all the way down and come out with 2 Icicle Spheres, and they come in with a Kingdra instead, and Kingdra will take neutral from our Icicle Spheres. However, it is also another bulky Pokemon. As you can see here, neutral Icicle Spheres barely does like a quarter of it. And then now, as you can see here, they do get to a bit lower than half, and we bait out their Pidgeot. And here we are hoping that they throw a Feather Dance instead of going straight for the Brave Bird, and we are not going to shield the Feather Dance here, which is the right call, because now they will most probably go for the Brave Bird straight away. And as you can see here, they do not shield the Skull, and we do get the attack drop on their side as well. And then here they are going to shield it because there's no point of them. Oh no, wait, we don't shield it. So yeah, they do Brave Bird us, but because of the debuff, we do survive it. And now we're going to throw another Skull at them. This will take their shield because they are quite low already, and their defense has dropped quite a lot. And then here they do an amazing catch on their Kingdra to take our Skull, which for us is still okay because now we are able to hopefully farm them down. But seeing as they do resist our Shadow Claw damage, we do throw this X-Scissor to take their last shield, and we are going to use our last shield here to shield the potential outrage, because if we do survive this, their Pidgeot does not have enough, I believe, for a Brave Bird, and even if they do, we will win CMP. And as you can see here, we do take them out with a Liquidation to take that game. And going on to the next game, again a Golisopod versus a Snorlax this time, and we are going to swap into the Walrein because the Snorlax will resist Shadow Claw again. Snorlax is not something we rarely see in this meta because of its neutrality for the most part, and then here they do have another Golisopod to go against us, and this is where it gets very tricky here. But we are going to throw our charge moves against them to take them very low, but because I'm not so sure how much Earthquake does against a Golisopod, so I thought I might just throw it to see how much it does. Unfortunately, it does less than 2 Icicle Spheres, so at the end of the day I'm just going to throw Icicle Spheres to the Golisopod to potentially take them out, and then realign Tentacruel with the Snorlax, because at the end of the day, in this format, Snorlax will not be running Earthquake, sorry, because they already showed superpower, and they do generally need Body Slam for that beat potential. And as you can see here, they have a Charizard at the back. We are going to shield up the first one. No, we're not going to shield it because it's just a Dragon Claw. I think they will just one shot and you are off the Blast Burn, and then we're going to throw a Scald to hopefully debuff them. But they decided to no shield, and we can just farm them down with Poison Jab, and here is where it is very beautiful. We are going to no shield the first one because it's just going to be a Body Slam, and we are able to take it because Tentacruel is just such a tank. And this is where Tentacruel goes to town, and this is where its strength come into play. With one Pokemon left, they are not able to swap out to reset their debuff, and here because our fast move damage from Tentacruel does a lot more to Snorlax, we shield our Tentacruel to get to a second charge move, and here we are going to take their first shield, and it is going to be another attack drop here. And as you can see, Snorlax legs does nothing to our Golisopod, and here Body Slam does even less. And as you can, and we are within Liquidation range, and they just decided to top left because their Snorlax is just so debuffed they will not be able to take down 2 Pokemons. And to the next game, we have a Shadow Swampert instead, and now they brought in a Shadow Venusaur against us. This is very this could be very deadly if you let them farm us too much. So we are going to immediately swap with Tentacruel. Tentacruel will be able to take neutral damage from their Frenzy Plants, and here the Poison Jabs will make sure that we are able to farm them down after a single shield, and we will come out with a ton of energy. And the play here coming in, even though we do have a Blizzard start, was to hopefully get a shield from them, because but then again, later I realized that not a lot of people run Blizzard on the Tentacruel, so they won't shield anyways because Scald will not kill them. And here they brought in a Yanmega against us, which is a nice spice pick, I would say, especially with the energy generation that Wing Attack brings and Ancient Power with a potential boost. Although it is very unlucky for them in this instance because they do not get the boost for the Yanmega, and here we are able to outpace them because to get to the Ancient Power, I believe it is a 665, whereas for us to get to Icicle Sphere is just 5 Powder Snows constantly, so we will outpace them. If not at the second one, we will outpace them to the third. And here we do get to the third Icicle Sphere to take the Yanmega out, and the Swampert will need to land an earthquake to take the Warren out, but instead they just stop left because Golisopod does resist all of their charge moves. Again, we have a Virizion lead against us. Hopefully they do shield our first charge move this time, thinking that maybe this area is Liquidation instead. However, I think here they do not shield it. Again, Virizion does not care because it's just a bulky Pokemon, right? Virizion, Cobalion. I think Terrakion is the only one with lack of bulk, and as you can see here, they do almost one-shot us with a Stone Edge, which is not what I have seen on Virizion. However, a lot of the other battlers that I have communicated with did say that they see a lot more Stone Edge variants as compared to Leaf Blade Sacred Sword. And here we immediately swap out into Golisopod, swap out from the Golisopod, sorry, against the Credili, because we do not want them to farm us down. And then here they have a Credili that would throw a Rock Slide against us, which in my view is the wrong move. You want to throw, I think, the Grass Knot. I think the Grass Knot is a bit cheaper, I'm not sure. I think Grass Knot is also 45 and it does a bit more damage, I think. But here they have a Tentacruel at the back. We are going to throw the Earthquake against them. Hopefully we do land this and it will make it easier time for our own Tentacruel to take them out. But as you can see here, they do just decided to farm us down and come out with a lot of energy, and they throw an Acid Spray here against us to drop our defense by 2 stages. And here, after they throw their second charge move, which is Scald, I realized that they're most probably going to throw Scalds immediately to cripple our Tentacruel. And here we are going to catch their Scald on our Golisopod because we need our Tentacruel to survive as much as possible, and we are going to reset that defense drop as well. And here we're going to throw the Scald against them, and we do get a attack drop of our own on their Tentacruel. And here they are going to throw another Acid Spray because we are not able to swap out to debuff ourselves, to clear the debuff anymore. And then here, hopefully we are going to get them low with this Scald. And we do, and the thing is, we decided to farm up to almost double Scald because of this specific situation where they are going to swap out into the Credili. And as you can see here, with a shield left, they are not able to apply a lot of pressure on us, and we will be able to take them out. Another Virizion lead. So because we realized that it could be Stone Edge, we are a bit more wary this time. Fortunate for us that they went straight for a charge move after 3 double kicks, which means that it is just going to be a Leaf Blade. Here they decided to no shield again, and we do get a Shadow Claw sneak in, which is good because now we are able to go for another Axizar, and hopefully we take them quite low before swapping out into a Warren. I believe it is this game. Oh yeah, they tried to farm us down because we already quite low. And here we immediately swap out into the Warren to catch the move, but we will use a shield to make sure that we preserve our Warren's health. Right now it's still full of health, and they have a Charizard at the back. We are going to preserve the Golisopod again as a third shield. But because they use a Virizion in the lead with Charizard at the back, so I'm not as certain of what is their third Pokemon here, because it could be anything, right? It could be Swampert, it could be Jellicent, it could be quite a lot of things. It could even be Galvantula for that matter. But because they brought in a Charizard, I think Galvantula is not a Pokemon that they have at the back. But that's not a concern for our side in this situation yet, because now they have taken out our Charizard. and we are going to bring in our Tentacruel here and hopefully take them out. And we have to preserve the shield just in case at the back that is something that we dread a lot, which unfortunately it is a Walrein at the back. Since we don't have Sludge Wave, Walrein does not have to worry about our charge move pressure at all, but they do, and that's why they don't shield it anyways. And because Walrein has access to Earthquake, we have to be very wary of it. They do go straight for an Earthquake against us, and that means that I think they will need about 8 more, I think 8 more poison jab, 8 more powder snows to get to an Earthquake. And here we do an amazing catch again on our Golisopod. Golisopod has been catching all these hard-hitting charge moves for us and saving us the game, and here we are going to just poison jab them down. They will just be able to make it to a Icicle Field at best. And then here we have a Golisopod mirror match, and as you can see here, they are running Fury Cutter instead, which generates a little bit more energy compared to Shadow Claw. No, they do the same actually, but it just means that they do less damage. Yeah, the only difference is that it does less damage compared to Shadow Claw. However, it is tapped, so there is that going for it, so I think it's roughly the same. And here they do have Aerial Ace on their Golisopod, which means that they are able to do super effective against ours while we only do neutral. And then here we can bring in our Tentacruel to farm them all the way down. Of course, we have to eat one charge move here against them because they live with a 1 HP, and they throw a Liquidation for some reason. Maybe it does more damage, however it is resisted. And here they have an Ampharos against us. We need this attack debuff to beat them. Unfortunately, the attack debuff just never came for us against the Ampharos, and we have to use both shields whether we like it or not to take them out. And as you can see here, they went immediately for it, and we are also going to throw it immediately after we reach it, but on misalignment, because we do not want them to get a free Volt Switch of damage, because Volt Switch does hit very hard and it will gain them a lot of free energy, which we do not want. And then here we do throw it straight away. Hopefully it takes them out, because it's just oof. Because as you can see that we were quite close to not being able to take them out, especially if we don't get that tech drop. And then as you can see here, they have a Tentacruel against us. They have to throw a Sludge Wave as well as a Scald to take us out, and they do get to a Sludge Wave, and now it's a race. It's a race to whether or not who gets to a charge move first. We need another Earthquake to take them out, and we do get to it on the CMP tie against the Tentacruel, and we do take them out this time around as well. And now to the last game of this video, we have Golisopod against an Ampharos, one of the worst leads that you can find with this team, if not the worst, after Galvantula. And then here we do just go for the misalignment here. We just wanted the free energy so that we can throw it within their fast move animation so that they are not able to catch it. And we throw the first Liquidation and it does not take them out. And here they throw immediately, and I didn't realize earlier on, but I think Thunder Punch does the same one, requires the same amount of energy as Brutal Swing, so I thought it was just a Brutal Swing immediately on the top of my head, but I didn't consider that it could have been Thunder Punch, which could have just KO'd us. And here they have a Charizard at the back, and again we preserve the Golisopod for the end game. And here we throw an Ascosphere, they do not shield it, and then with our shield disadvantage we need to take a shield back from them. and here they throw blast burn, and they do get to another charge move here against our Warren. If this is another blast burn, that it will take us out. Unfortunate for them, it's just a Dragon Claw that will not take us out. And we throw a Icicle Spear to get their first shield, and they will preserve their whatever is left of Charizard. And now we hopefully don't have to take a blast burn to the face. We are not going to shield this again, with the concern that it might be a Swampert or Warrior at the back, and it is a Swampert at the back. And now again we have to try to catch the charge move on the Golisopod again. They throw a Hydro Cannon against us. Now this is not what we wanted. Can we still win this game to end this video? Let's see. We do not get a debuff, which is very unfortunate. And as you can see here, they decided to not throw immediately, and we do get to X-Scissor on the Golisopod, and this will take them out if they do not shield it. But they do shield it, and they decided to throw. This will come back to haunt them, because now they need one more Mud Shot to get to the Earthquake, but they do not. And now our Scald will take them out, and it will take the Charizard out after that as well. And that is the end of the video. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.